Hey everyone, so today we have a dark story about two American children who disappeared in 2019. Let's talk about it on the Paranormal Mind podcast. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Paranormal Mind. And I say it every time, and I can't get it out because...
What's up, everybody?
What's up, everybody?
It's your boy, Shane.
Anyway, so like I talked about before the little intro, we have a dark story about two American children who disappeared in 2019. Tylee Ashlyn Ryan and Joshua Jackson Vallow from Chandler, Arizona, were found dead on June 9th, 2020. They were buried in shallow graves in their stepfather's backyard in Rexburg, Idaho. Now, this is some twisted stuff. Tylee was last seen at Yellowstone National Park on September 8th, 2019, while JJ was last seen alive on September 22nd, 2019, at Rexburg's Kennedy Elementary School. This is a weird story. It's the Doomsday Mom. If nobody's heard about this, have y'all heard about Doomsday Mom?
No.
Now that you've talked about the description, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like the Vallow. Yeah.
I have not heard of this at all.
It's really bizarre,
Yeah.
and it's all based around religion.
Of course.
Oh,
So
that's how it always starts.
we're going to talk about it a little bit, and yeah. So now things start getting really weird around this case. The police questioned Lori Vallow Daybell, the children's mother, and her new husband, Chad Daybell, about the children's whereabouts and welfare. Lori and Chad claimed that JJ was staying with a family friend, Melanie Gibb, in Arizona, where they had lived before moving in Idaho in early September 2019. However, Gibb later denied this, and the police efforts to locate JJ led to the discovery that Tylee was also missing at the same time. But that's not all. There was a string of suspicious deaths, too. So Lori's estranged fourth husband, Charles Vallow, was shot and killed in July 2019 by Lori's brother, Alexander Cox, who claims self-defense. So it's all a tangled web of weird shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird shit. And I'm sorry, Dave, because Dave, he'll edit some of these to put on his platform as well, which we really appreciate him doing that. But
Daddy Dave.
we are cursors. Daddy Dave. Where the hell did that come from?
Well,
I'm sure Dave would appreciate, but still.
he
that's
calls me
weird.
Big Perv, so it's fine.
That's true. And it is pretty funny.
Now he's Daddy Dave.
That's where the big
Shane-
perv came from.
Shane's daddy.
No, it's not Shane's daddy. Moving on. All right. So there were a string of suspicious deaths, like I said. Charles Vallow, he was shot by Lori's brother, Alexander, and they claimed self-defense. Cox died of a blood clot on December 12th, 2019. In early October 2019, Brandon Boudreaux, here we go with the words.
Here we go again.
The then estranged husband of Lori's niece, Melanie, was shot at the driveway of his Gilbert, Arizona home. And guess what? The vehicle still registered to the deceased, Charles Vallow.
Dang.
And if that wasn't enough, Tammy Daybell, Chad's wife, was attacked in her driveway by someone shooting with a defective paintball gun.
That's like, what?
A drive-by paintball shooting.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's weird. So a few weeks later, on October 19th, she died in her sleep from what was initially recorded as natural causes. But there was more to it than that. After Chad and Lori's marriage, 2 weeks after Tammy's death, law enforcement became suspicious and exhumed Tammy's corpse for an autopsy. And guess what they found? She had been asphyxiated by someone else.
What? It's crazy to me that they always like, oh, it's the natural causes. It's like, how do you make that mistake? You see it all the time.
Well, the thing is like, if you don't request an autopsy, they're not going to do an autopsy. So,
and if they don't have reasonable cause,
they don't have reasonable suspicion. They're not gonna just be like, oh, we have to do an autopsy.
Gotcha.
So basically, what happened was she died, and he was like, yeah, she died in her sleep. I don't want an autopsy. I just want to bury my wife. And then, I've actually seen the footage of when Charles Vallow got shot, like the body cam footage from the police.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell that she had no remorse whatsoever.
That's crazy.
For convincing her brother to shoot him. Because I'm pretty sure like she invited him to come pick up their daughter. Or he was supposed to come pick up their daughter, and then like she made a big, huge fuss, and then she called her brother and said, "Oh, he's attacking me" or something.
Oh my God.
And what's crazier about it is Charles Vallow, the guy that was shot, he had expressed concern to police, saying, "Look, something's mentally off with her.
Yeah.
Something's not right. I need y'all to handle this situation because she's not acting herself.
Yeah, because
something's
like
off."
Brian Dayball or whatever, he's like some
Daybell.
Daybell, yeah. He's like some huge like religious.
Okay.
He's like a spokesman.
Chad Daybell.
Yeah, Chad Daybell. He's like
spokesperson.
Brian Dayball. That's the head coach of the New York Giants.
What the hell? Where's your mind at?
We want to be clear that it's not Brian Dayball.
It's not the head coach of the New York Giants.
Oh my God.
But yeah, so yeah, he was like a religious. He went to conferences and conventions and stuff, and spoke, and like he said that the Lord told him to sleep with her, and like the Lord said they were supposed to be together.
Yeah, and his claim to fame, so to speak, was that he could see people's energy. So he would be able to. He had a classification system where he would be able to tell if you were a low-level demon or if you had a low-level demon attached to you.
Yeah, and he would like rank people based on their
demons.
Right, based on their level of
And it's
evil.
amazing that everyone he didn't like had a demon in them.
Right.
I hate when that happens.
Or anybody that came in the way of him and Lori, his wife.
Yeah, because they were like on vacation in like Hawaii or whatever.
Yeah, so let me jump to that because that's where I'm going next. So fast forward to February 20th, 2020, Lori was arrested in Hawaii and charged with desertion and non-support of her dependent children. She was then extradited to Idaho and transported there by officials on March 5th, 2020. On June 9th, 2020, police executed a search warrant at Chad's home and discovered the remains of JJ and Tylee. Now, these were her kids. These were Lori's kids. Her blood, you know.
But see, she didn't think they were her kids anymore. She thought they were
demons. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, so these were not even Chad's blood. These were just her kids. All right. So Chad was arrested later that day on charges of destruction and concealment of evidence. And on May 25th, 2021, Lori and Chad were charged with the first-degree murders of Tylee, JJ, and Tammy. Weird stuff.
That's crazy, man.
So here's a summary of the events surrounding the disappearance of Tylee, Ryan, and JJ Vallow. And then the subsequent arrest of the mother, Lori Vallow, and stepfather, Chad Daybell. So on September 23rd, 2019, a doorbell video of JJ playing with a friend is the last known video of him taken. His last confirmed sighting was at Rexburg's Kennedy Elementary School. Tylee was last seen, like I talked about, at Yellowstone National Park with her mother, Lori, her uncle, Alex, which is the guy that shot Charles, and JJ. In October 2019, 2 Venmo payments were made from Tylee's account to her older half-brother, Colby Ryan. Now, just to stop real quick, Colby was very instrumental in trying to find out what happened
Yeah.
to his sister because he knew something was off. He knew that Tylee was acting strange, that she wasn't responding in the normal manner that he thought she normally responds. And he knew that his mother, Lori, was cuckoo.
Yeah, it was going crazy.
Yeah, that was something was off with her. So Colby said he had not heard from Tylee since these texts. So these texts that she sent that he thought were strange, he hadn't heard from her since. After text messaging Tylee indicating he was worried, he received responses from Tylee's cell phone that indicated she was safe but too busy to talk. After repeated calls to Tylee went unanswered, Colby became even more worried, like we talked about. Chad and Lori were married in Hawaii on November 5th, 2019, 2 weeks after the death of Chad's first wife, Tammy Daybell.
Weird.
So back in Rexburg on November 26th, police visited Lori's townhouse at the request of JJ's grandmother, Kay Woodcock, to conduct a welfare check.
You didn't have to enunciate it like that.
Woodcock.
Yeah, you could have just said woodcock, but you said woodcock.
Listen,
the cockwood.
Listen, because of past episodes, I feel like I have the need to pronounce words better. Or try to.
Yeah, but that's the first one you tried to do that on.
Words is hard.
Like, there's been a lot of words you could have tried harder on, but woodcock is not the first
Okay,
one.
listen, don't judge me. At least I'm trying.
You did a really good job saying cock. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Hard.
All right,
It was a
moving
hard
on.
woodcock.
Moving on. Again, now I lost my place. Thanks.
You said woodcock.
All right, so she told them to conduct a welfare check on JJ. So Lori told police that JJ was in Arizona with a family friend, Melanie Gibb. That night, a neighbor saw Lori and Alex Cox packing a truck outside of her home. When police reached Gibb by phone, she told police that JJ was not with her and had not been there for several months. So that alarm bells went off and was like, okay, well,
something's going on. Yeah.
Where the hell is JJ? Right? When Rexburg police and the FBI arrived the next day to search the home, it was abandoned. Chad's home was also searched by investigators. On February 20th, 2020, Lori Vallow was arrested in Hawaii and charged with 2 felony counts of desertion and non-support of dependent children, as well as resisting or obstructing officers, criminal solicitation to commit a crime, and contempt of court. Chad was later arrested on June 9th, 2020, and charged with 2 felony counts of conspiracy to commit destruction, altercation, or concealment of evidence, as well as 2 felony counts of destruction, altercation, and concealment of evidence. And
We'll just stack them up.
In June 2021, Lori was indicted for conspiracy to murder Charles Vallow, her ex-husband, who was shot and killed by her brother in July 2019. And now they're currently on trial for the death of JJ and Tylee.
So today they're on trial.
They're on trial. The trial is going on now. It's an ongoing case. That's why I felt like we should at least talk about it so we can, just discuss, especially because even in our field too, we always see these cases where spirituality or religion sometimes can go to the extreme. And when it does, things like this happen.
Yeah.
Like, I know when we were doing 28 Days Haunted, again, what did you read? You read that whole novel of Jim Jones?
Yeah.
What was it? The Raven?
Raven.
Yeah. So you dove into that and you saw all of the effects of kind of the behind the scenes of what happened with him. Right. You want to talk about that a little bit? Like, not like the whole novel, but like how the religion and everything.
Oh, well,
played a factor.
Jim Jones, he started off his whole platform was social injustice. Like he reached out to black people and was like, hey, look, I want there to be a world where everyone's equal and all this. So he kind of embraced that social inequality and all that and founded a whole religion off of it and used that as a platform, a good platform that he turned into something evil. And then, he went to Guyana and he was so drugged out and all that he kept saying, "Oh, people are coming for us. You know, they don't want us to be happy and all this." But at the same time, he was like abusing people and, you know, treating everybody like crap. So,
right. It's just it's a messed up situation whenever anything of the extreme is brought into the equation.
Yeah, I mean that's the tough thing about religion is like it can be used for good, it can be used for bad. I mean, look at like Waco.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, David Koresh, all that, and then Jim Jones, and I mean even fringe religions like Heaven's Gate.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, they did weird stuff, but I mean, at the end of the day,
they were waiting for the comet,
and they were waiting for Halley's comet. But I mean, the thing is like you either die as a cult or you live long enough to become a religion.
Yeah,
and
that's a good statement.
Man, that is something to really think about.
Because if you look at Scientology, it lasted longer than it probably should have.
Yeah.
And so now Scientology went from just being like some weird cult to like it's an actual religion.
And it's out of control too in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And if you look at their like beliefs and stuff, people that would look at it be like, man,
because
you're
like
crazy.
what Scientology started out as, like LRH, L. Ron Hubbard, and then you look at like what David Miscavige has got going on now. It's like it's not the same.
Yeah, where's Shelley?
Yeah, where's Shelley?
Where is Shelley?
And like,
she's in a shallow grave somewhere too. I bet you.
Oh, I'm sure.
And like,
I am sure.
Which is who is it? What's her name again?
Leah Remini.
Yeah. So she is an advocate. Like she's looking for Shelley. You know, like she's trying to figure it out.
One of like David Miscavige's is like top guys. He's like denounced it, and he does a lot of crapping all over religion now. But he also did a lot of shady stuff before that, so it's hard to
trying to get out early, I guess.
Yeah.
But you know, it's better late than never. I mean, I guess if you're realizing the error of your ways, it's better late than never than just dying with all of that on your back.
It's true.
So real quick, this episode is brought to you today by Alien Soda Company. They are our new sponsor, one of our sponsors. They're a repeated star seller on Etsy. And they ship worldwide, which is really cool. So you can go and get your stuff and they'll ship anywhere, which we really like that because we don't like the limitations.
Oh, absolutely.
Of just in the U.S. or U.S. and Canada or whatever. They have huge selection of coffee mugs. All designs are from Ken Smith, which is the owner of Alien Soda Company. We really appreciate them supporting the show. It really means a lot to us. They allow us to bring content to all of you. So we really appreciate them very much. So again, for all things out of this world, shop Alien Soda Company today.
Ray, that's right up your alley. Out of this world.
Out of this world.
Yeah, we really appreciate the sponsors, and we're going to be announcing others in the near future. But again, like I said, they really allow us to bring content to all of you. They allow us to keep doing what we're doing. We are going to film in a few months at a really cool place, and we'll announce it more as we go along. But we're going to the West Coast, boys.
Yep. Going out west.
Pacific.
To the West Coast. And I've been there before. Y'all have not been there.
I haven't. I haven't even been to Oregon, actually.
You're giving away. You're giving away where we're going already. Dang.
Oregon.
As you can tell, we can't keep secrets at all. Way to go, Josh.
So that narrows it down.
Yeah. So
now everyone should start Googling haunted places in Oregon.
Right. So we're not
whoever gets it right.
So we're not going to Oregon. Let's just tell you that.
We're definitely not going to Oregon.
Scrap all the plans.
But I will tell you that it is beautiful over there. This episode that we're filming, I mean, it's going to be visibly pleasing, okay, besides us goofwads.
Visually, not visibly.
Well, it is visibly going to be appealing.
Appealing.
Don't you talk to me about words, okay?
Don't you talk to me like that.
I'm working on them visibly.
Words is hard,
still
okay?
Makes sense. It still makes sense, right? It's visibly going to be appealing.
I mean, yeah, we'll go with it.
Don't try me.
That's
Don't
fine.
try me. Don't try me.
Don't try me.
Don't try me.
We'll roll with it.
Okay. It's visually going to be pleasing too, right?
The council has spoken. It's allowed.
Oh God. But yeah, so real quick, and there's somebody in your yard right now.
That's my wife.
Would be his
Oh,
wife.
okay.
She's driving back up.
Oh, I thought she was hanging out there.
No. She just dropped the kids off.
Hey, I do. Before we veer too far off, I do want to say about Alien Soda Company released this really cool design recently too. It's like a watercolor rocket
Oh yeah.
design that was really neat.
Yeah, it's a brand new one. Oh,
pretty cool
and
shirt.
what I did not mention is if you use code SEARCHERS, you'll get 10% off
Hey.
your order. And I think you can use that more than one time, right? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just
Yeah, every time you order.
every time you order.
Every time you check out, you get 10% off.
Yeah. So, I mean, please take advantage of that. I think it's really cool too because they'll be able to track the people that we send to them. They said that they're seeing increased business and stuff, but it'd be really cool to show them that business is
From us.
coming from us. So please use the code. Take advantage of 10% off. I mean, you're saving money that way. So take advantage of it. Use code SEARCHERS. But real quick, jumping back into the whole topic, and we talked about religion, how that plays a part. How do you see this unfolding? Like, because we see in the justice system a lot of times where justice isn't served and people are allowed to go free. But in this case, the kids were found in the stepfather's backyard in
Right.
shallow graves. How do you see this unfolding? Do you see justice for these kids, or do you see it going another way because of religious reasons?
I think the fact that they lied so much,
Yeah.
they stand no chance whatsoever.
Yeah,
of
they're going to
getting
get
out of
some
it.
sort of sentence.
Like, how are your kids are missing and you're just goofing off in Hawaii?
Yeah, you've lied and lied and lied, not knowing where they are, and they end up in.
But again, we've also seen cases like this where they plead insanity.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be one of those cases
No.
where they're like, I was controlled by my my husband, and he brainwashed me, and he told me to believe certain things,
Yeah.
and blah blah blah.
That could be a possibility for the wife,
For
I
her,
guess.
yeah.
Which is sad because I have kids. Ray, you have kids. Josh, you have dogs. We've talked about this. But
I don't know. I got a random kid coming to my house lately.
I could never imagine doing something like that to my kids, or somebody doing that, or somebody trying to convince
Right.
me to hurt my kids. It's not even a possibility in my mind.
I wonder, though, the fact that people saw signs of her basically mentally distressed, she could probably get it. I mean, she could say that she was insane and not in her right mind.
Well, and then even with her ex-husband Charles, who was murdered as well,
Yeah.
he made attempts to tell the police that, hey, she's mentally off.
Yeah, see, all of
She's
that will
crazy.
become
She's going crazy.
relevant.
If you watch there's a documentary about it on Netflix. So
Yeah,
if you
I
watch
watched it. Yeah.
If you actually look at how she acted, after she convinced her brother to kill him, she had zero empathy.
Zero remorse
Yeah.
at all.
She was
She was dead set on,
she was like,
This
"Can
is-
I go? Am I free to? Can I leave?"
right.
She
This
didn't
is not my husband. This is
Yeah.
a demon.
Yeah.
That's what she was
What
saying.
the
This was not him anyway.
And so to recap on that, her husband is the one that kind of put that into her brain.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
Chad.
And
Chad.
and even the son Colby, even his wife, they were like, "Yeah, your wife's a demon," and da 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 da. So
Oh
he's
my
like, "Well, I'm just
gosh.
gonna not."
And then she kind of just started believing that too, started
Yeah.
drinking the Kool-Aid, I guess.
Yeah,
Which is, what it's kind of indicative of too. It kind of reminds me of people that are on hardcore drugs, like meth or something like that. A lot of times they'll believe that they are communicating with evil or with demonic forces whenever they're on that. So I'm wondering if drugs has a play in that. And even if it does, could they again claim, hey, I was under the influence. I wasn't in my right mind. I was crazy.
Right.
I was mentally unstable at that moment in time.
Something that would be interesting is if they looked at the brain activity of people that are in like these like
fringe
cults, and compared it to people that were like on certain drugs.
Yeah, that would be an interesting study. I wonder what. Maybe it's something we could do. Well,
I mean, I would join a cult.
All right, Ray. You join a cult.
I was going to think that you do the hardcore drugs, but
yeah,
we can't do both.
Yeah, I'll do both. I'll be the placebo.
Even if you want to, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully there's justice for JJ and Tylee and Tammy, the wife, but more so for the kids too, because it's like their lives were snuffed out because of stupid, extreme ideology. It's not just, I'm not knocking religion, but anything of an extreme nature is bad.
Agreed.
It can be bad.
Yeah. But always remember that everything was aggressive at some point. Like even
that's true.
Every religion has always been looked at as some sort of radical.
Oh yeah, Christianity with the Crusades.
Protestants were radicals to Catholics, and Mormonism was radical to Protestants, and Scientology and all Puritan. That. I mean, everything is always radical to what comes before. So
that is a very good point.
Change is radical.
Yep.
Well, guys, that is this episode of the Paranormal Mind podcast. We really appreciate y'all listening and supporting. Please go to our Patreon and support if you want to do so monetarily, as it is not a requirement. But if you would like to do that, you can go to patreon.com/searchersbelieve. Go there. We've got a lot of behind the scenes perks and stuff like that you can take advantage of. So please go check that out. Go to searchersbelieve.com for all of our merch and our updates and all that good stuff. And until the next episode, Searchers out.
See ya.
I didn't cuss one time, Dave.